There's a moment every man has faced at least once in his life. You're sitting across from her, maybe your girlfriend, maybe the woman you've been seeing, and she starts talking about her problems. At first, you listen. But then, as she keeps going, you start to feel a quiet pressure build in your chest. You think, she's upset. I should fix this. I should say something that makes it better. So you jump in with logic. You give her advice. You explain what she should do, but instead of being grateful, she seems colder, more distant. She crosses her arms, sighs, and says, "You don't get it." Now you're confused. You were trying to help, and somehow, you made it worse. Here's what most men never realize. When a woman shares her problems with you, it's not always a request for a solution. It's often a test of emotional presence, not intellect. She's not measuring how well you fix things. She's sensing how deeply you can stay calm, listen, and understand without losing your grounding. Because to her, your response in that moment tells her everything about your emotional maturity, your patience, and whether you're a man she can truly feel safe with. In this video, we'll break down what it really means when a woman opens up emotionally and how a grounded man responds the stoic way, with strength, not overreaction. Want to know what really happened and why? Meet Daniel, 33 years old, hard worker, kind heart, the kind of guy who's always been told he's nice. He's been dating Emily for almost a year. Things started great. Constant laughs, connection, and deep conversations that stretched late into the night. But lately, something's changed. Emily seems distant. She's been quieter, more withdrawn. And when she does talk, it's about her problems at work, her stress, or how she feels unappreciated by her friends. Daniel listens, but he also feels responsible. He wants to help. He feels that if he can solve her problems, she'll be happy again. So every time she opens up, he offers solutions. Maybe just talk to your boss directly. Try not to overthink it. Don't let your friends treat you like that. You're better than that. He means well. But each time Emily's tone cools. Eventually she starts saying, "You never just listen. You always have to fix everything." That line hits Daniel hard. He doesn't understand. Why would she not want help? "I'm just trying to be a good man." Weeks pass, and the emotional gap grows. She stops confiding in him altogether. She talks to her friends instead. And one night, after another quiet dinner, she says the words that break him. "I just don't feel emotionally connected anymore." Daniel walks home that night confused and angry, not at her, but at himself. He replays everything, trying to figure out where it went wrong. And that's when he realizes, every time she opened up, he wasn't truly listening. He was defending himself from discomfort, from not being able to fix it. So where did he go wrong? Here's the truth most men never learn. When a woman opens up about her problems, it's not always about the problem itself. It's about trust. Emotionally intelligent women share their world only when they feel safe. They test that safety not by watching what you say, but by feeling how you respond. If you rush to fix, explain, or debate, what she feels is that you can't handle her emotions. And if you can't handle hers, she unconsciously believes you might not be strong enough to handle life's storms with her. That's why stoic men don't react. They respond. They don't take her emotions personally. They stay grounded, calm, and curious. When she says, "I'm so tired of my boss," instead of saying, "You should quit," you can simply say, "That sounds exhausting. What's been the hardest part for you?" You give her space, not solutions, presence, not pressure. Because in that space, she feels seen, and being seen is what builds emotional connection. The stoic man knows he doesn't need to fix everything around him. He needs to be centered in the middle of it. That's where real masculine strength lies, not in control, but in composure. Daniel's mistake wasn't malice, it was conditioning. He thought value equals solutions. But in relationships, value equals stability. So he started practicing something new. The next time Emily talked, he listened without jumping in. He noticed his urge to interrupt and stayed silent instead. He stopped trying to solve. He mirrored her emotions. He said things like, "I can see why that'd frustrate you. That sounds like it's been heavy." And something subtle shifted. Emily started opening up again. Her tone softened. Her eyes relaxed, because for the first time, she felt his presence more than his logic. That's when Daniel understood. A woman's heart doesn't open to the man who solves her. It opens to the man who understands her. But even with that awareness, many men fall into hidden traps when they try to do it right, ready to hear what they are. Mistake number 1, playing therapist. Some men swing too far, the other way. They stop offering solutions but start analyzing her feelings like a psychologist. This comes off as cold or patronizing. You're not her counselor. You're her man. Be emotionally available, not clinical. Mistake number 2, using her vulnerability to gain validation. Don't use her problems as proof that she needs you. That's ego, not strength. A stoic man doesn't feed on her emotions. He supports her stability while maintaining his own. Mistake 3, confusing empathy with weakness. Listening doesn't mean you agree with everything. It means you're strong enough to hold space without reacting. Empathy, without self-respect, becomes people-pleasing. And she'll sense that instantly. So what's the alternative? Be the quiet center. When she's stormy, stay steady. When she's upset, stay calm. When she doubts herself, don't try to fix her. Just remind her of her strength. That's the kind of energy that earns respect and love. Now that you know what not to do, so what did we learn? When she shares her problems, she's not asking for solutions. She's revealing whether you can listen without losing yourself. Daniel's story reminds us that real connection isn't built through perfect advice. It's built through presence. The stoic man knows that understanding beats fixing, and calmness beats control. Your challenge this week. When someone, especially a woman you care about, opens up emotionally, resist the urge to fix. Just listen. Pause. Ask one curious question instead of giving one clever answer. Watch what happens. You'll see that people open up more, trust more, and respect you more. Not because you had the answer, but because you had the strength to simply be there. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever lost a connection because you tried too hard to fix things? Share your experience in the comments. It might help another man going through the same. And if this video helped you see things differently, hit like, subscribe, and save it for when you need a reminder. Because remember, you're not the result of your past mistakes. You're the man who chooses what happens next.